For a year, I've waited patiently, gone set by set, card by card, reveal by reveal, for a decent package to be released to be used in Nico Robin. And it has finally happened. Hello everyone, it is Wizaldo or Wesley, and today I'm going to be playing some OP09 Nico Robin in the OP14 set. Now, OP14 released the Thriller Bark package, which feels amazing in Nico Robin, and that is because you can fill up your trash with the Thriller Bark Pirates selectively using your when attacking effect, which says you may trash one card from your hand with trigger and set one Don card from your Don deck as rested, which means you can ramp up to your Gecko Morias, your Kumas, and your Sauls very quickly and play out a lot of wide bodies out of life and using your character effects and stuff like that. Anyways, I'm gonna get through the deck list quickly. I'm very excited to make this video just because I realized this and I jumped into my chair, booted up my computer to record this. I do want to be kind of a trailblazer if this deck becomes relevant with this package. So that's why I'm kind of jumping to do this. One thing I meant to switch out before I started recording me is put in 3 You'll Frighten Me and another Saul, the purple Saul. So sorry, I know the deck list I had before isn't the same, but I'll run through the deck list now. No highlight, just because this is going to be a casual sim play and I think the video is going to be a lot quicker. This is a work in progress deck, so feel free to take it, change it, let me know what you think. I'm really excited for this deck to possibly be relevant again. So obviously I'm going to run the Nico Robin leader. I'm going to run 4 Usohachi. It's going to let you rest the Emu blockers. 4 Saul, an amazing card to draw cards into your hand and develop a really good body. It also synergizes really well with another card in this deck. You can run 4 Lilith. It's going to be your turn 1 play for as a searcher to get a body out on board and use your Don a little more effectively. You're going to want to search into your curve. You're going to run 4 Kumasi. Or Kumasi, I don't know quite how to say it. It's going to be a 2K. You can also pitch it or put it into life if you really need to out of your trash. Just a decent card to have, well-rounded. You're going to run 4 of this Absalom that searches and replaces itself on KO with a Thriller Bark Pirate. It searches top 3, so you're going to want to run a bunch of Thriller Bark Pirates to be consistent. You're going to run 4 of the Sindri. It's a blocker, but it also has the trigger that every other Thriller Bark Pirate has, where you can play a 4 or less from your trash rested. You're going to run 4 of this Hogback on KO. You can play 4 or less and with a trigger from your trash, so that's pretty decent. You're going to mainly be targeting your Thriller Bark Pirates, but if you wanted to run a 4-cost trigger, I'll just show a few of the ones you could. The main target you'd probably want to do is Kikinojo, but there's some other things in there like the Nekomamushi package and all that. But it is an option of, if you want to kind of change your deck list a little bit, this Hogback is something that will definitely stay. You also have this Perona, where on play and on KO, up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less will not be able to attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. It also has the trigger. It's a 1K counter, good body, good effect, very much worth keeping in the deck. There's 4 of them in it. Run 4 Satori, good trigger. It's a 2K, better than Frankie in my opinion, more consistent at least. You're gonna run 3 Kuma. It's a really good card for healing yourself, and it should just feel good to drop if you don't have any other plays on 6. And your 6 Don turn is going to be what would normally be your 5 Don turn because of your leader, because you're going to want to go first. You're going to run 4 of this Gecko Moria. This is your top end of the deck. It feels amazing in the deck because if you are ahead, you can play a 4 or less out onto the field, and typically you're going to want to target your Perona just because it has a good on play effect to slow down your opponent. But it feels amazing. Top end is what this deck needed, and this is what you're going to use as your top end. You're going to run 4 Gum Gum Giant. Nico Robin is a Straw Hat, so it has access to Gum Gum Giant, and falling down 2 Don still leaves you with 8 Don. If you get into a place where you're having to use it early, amazing card. Auto include in any purple Straw Hat. We're on 3 You'll Frighten Me. Mostly because it slows down your opponent like Perona. You're going to want to play a semi-defensive go wide playstyle with this deck, and You'll Frighten Me is a really good counter event. It also has a really good trigger that lets you play Saul out of your trash. So really good value, including this, so you can get the cards in hand more often, but you could also target something like a Hogback or Perona, Absalom, just any of the 6,000 power or less triggers. Anyways, I'm really excited to play this deck. I hope you guys are willing to stick around, but if you are going to click off after seeing the deck list, I hope you will consider subscribing. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be doing a face reveal and start using face cam from now on, or from then on, I guess. So if you are going to click off, thank you for the support, thank you for the view. If you do like this video, please consider giving it a like. Anyways, for those who are going to stick around, I am going to hop into the gameplay now. All right, we're playing into a Doflamingo. I know this is also a super defensive deck, but it is going second. I'm going to keep this hand because I see a really good curve if I can get a 3-cost off the Lilith, so I'm going to deploy. No 3-cost, unfortunately, and I have to grab the Kumasi, but I'll take a 2K. I'll probably pitch the You'll Frighten Me from the get-go just because I'm not going to be using it early and swing 8 at my opponent. This Doflamingo is going to be able to prevent my leader from banishing my opponent's life. So that is a little scary, but they don't have anything out on board, which is really nice, so I'll be able to ramp. Hopefully I can draw into a 6-cost and play on curve, but if I can't, I can always just play a 4 and swing 7 at life, and then I will probably not ramp. We'll see. Maybe I should have pitched the Hogback or a Sindri, because if I'm going to play a Hogback, I will probably want to have something to play off of it in trash ahead of time. This deck is going to take a lot of thinking, in my opinion, just because you're going to have to plan ahead for certain effects to go off. For example, if I were to take this life, or take the swing that is about to come at me, I'd be in danger of not getting a trigger. So I'm going to trash a Hogback to have something to play off of the triggers that are going to come out of my life. Let's see. I can Sindri and then swing big at life, but I'll start with a swing into the sugar. We'll see if my opponent uses their effect. If they do, I just swing at life and punish them for protecting the sugar over their life, and probably just play a Sindri to get it into trash to play off the Hogback. Alright, but they don't, so I'm going to try swinging out life, pitch a Sindri, gain Arrested Dawn. I will go up to 9 next turn, but I pitch the Sindri anticipating something not going my way there. And so I have more options to play out of triggers for my life. I am down really low in cards in hand, so I am going to have to stop pitching cards. So hopefully if I get any triggers, these cards in trash are enough to keep me going. Alright, on playset, one of your Don from your Don deck and set it as active. Okay. When it has 6 more cards on their field, play up to 1 Don Quixote Doflamingo card with it. Or Don Quixote Pirate card from. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna take that. Unfortunately, no trigger, which is a little rough. I could Kuma and save the Gecko Moria, but the Kuma requires me to pitch cards. So I think I will Gecko Moria. I'll start with a 5 at life. Alright, are they gonna... Yeah, they're gonna mess with how I can swing, but I will swing 6 at life with the Nico Robin. It's a little scary. I'm not gonna pitch anything. I could have kept Don up for a Gum Gum Giant, but I will probably put something into life here in order to... Nice. Pitch, or we got an event from my opponent. Alright, I'll put the... I think the right play is to put the Sindri into life, or the Hogback probably into life, so that if my opponent swings into the Hogback, then I can play the Sindri off of that. And I should probably counter with the Sindri this coming turn if my opponent swings a 5 into something, for example. I should be able to punish my opponent for playing a lot of cards this turn, but we shall see. I'm really not familiar with a lot of the cards in this set yet, so that's why I'm a little bit confused when I play this, if it comes off that way. Alright, yeah, I assume my opponent's going to swing into life, give Hogback -2. Not going to give anything -2. Okay. Can I play the Hogback off the Hogback? No, I cannot. So I'll Sindri, and then I assume my opponent swings into the Hogback. I will protect that. Okay, no, they're not going to do that. I'll take this then. Another Gum Gum Giant. That's a little bit rough. Don't love seeing that, but I think I Kuma, pitch a Sindri to get another Sindri in trash to play, and I'll heal up a life. Or I'll pitch a Gum Gum Giant, because I can Gum Gum Giant, pitch a Sindri. And having a ton of Gum Gum Giants in hand is not going to work out for me. I'm going to swing 6s to punish my opponent. Hopefully I'll get a 2K here. I'll actually go 6, then I'll increase to a 7, and then 10 into the Vergo most likely. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm going to swing into the Vergo just to punish my opponent for not using leader ability earlier, because this guarantees I get like some counter out of hand. I think they were expecting me to swing at life, or I just clear a body, which is nice too. I have a really good board going. I've ramped really well. I have a decent hand. It's a little small, but my opponent's hand is also not too far ahead. And I have 3 life as well, so my tempo is better than my opponent's, especially considering I have a much better board. Alright, the sugar, go back up to 10. The sugar is very interesting. I think I like it. I think Doflamingo is a really cool deck, in all honesty. It'll be interesting. I think it'll lose to Blackbeard, just because Blackbeard will be able to turn it off. I think I will take... Okay, and then I'll Gum Gum Giant the next swing, probably, and block the swing after that. Never mind, I think I'll 2K this. Yeah. and then let the Doflamingo swing into my Sindri. Probably Kuma over my Lilith, or I'll probably have a space open for it then. All right, and we get another Hogback. That's nice too. So I'll start with a Kuma, pitch the Sindri, heal one. Then I'll go 6 into 6 here. Hopefully my opponent counters. If they don't, I just go 7 at life. Probably they use a Don to make it swing into the Doflamingo or one of their smaller bodies. Okay, yeah. Now I just punish them for not protecting their life by swinging a 7, which either gets 2 cards from them or they banish a life and then I guarantee game. With a 7 swing from Kuma, ooh, interesting. I still probably have game here, but we'll see. They could have 2 2Ks in hand. And that's game. The deck feels very, very interesting. It plays pretty weird. I'm gonna get another game in, just because that was a pretty quick one, like I said, and I think people are gonna wanna see more of this deck. Some pretty interesting cards in life too. You're the one at 2nd in life is a little rough, but yeah, trigger heavy. Anyways, on to the next one. All right, we're playing into a Vivi. A Vivi's aggro, so it'll probably give me 2nd. Oh, they're gonna choose to go 2nd. And I see a amazing opening hand, so I'm gonna keep this. I can Lilith, search for a Saul, who's gonna be my 6th on play, and then I can pass all. Next turn, Absalom, put the Sindri into trash, and then ramp to 6, pitch the Sindri, gain a Don. I'll use Saul to replenish my cards in hand and develop a body, which is going to feel great. Pass, or just continuously generate value. I have a Sindri in trash, so if I do see a trigger here, can use it, but I'm going to actually hang on to this in case my opponent starts playing really aggressive. All right, they have a Kobe out, which means their hand size is going to stay large. A little bit scary for me. I start this turn by swinging 5 at life and pitching. I'll pitch the You'll Frighten Me, probably, just because I hung on to it. Now I hit 7, Don, and I can draw 2 off of Saul, and I have a pretty good hand moving forward. I'm going to go to 9, I can drop a Gecko Moria, and leave a Don up for Gum Gum Giant, but I do need to consider filling up my trash, just be conscious of that. Alright, a Vivi that plays out a Nami. Interesting. I haven't seen much about this deck either. I try not to keep up with the East too aggressively, just because I don't feel like it's a great idea for interest in the game for myself, but yeah. Alright, so I'm going to swing 5 into 3, clear that. I think I am going to You're the One, my Saul, because then they have their Nami swing, and I don't want that going at life quite yet, so I will. It's easier to defend this than to defend the Nami swing at least. Yeah, and then they swing huge into that. I'll let that go through. Grab a Perona. Now this is an interesting spot. I can Perona then Hogback instead of Gecko Moria-ing and still leave a Don up. I think I am going to do that just because I have a really good trash going. So I'm going to Perona, prevent the Nami from attacking, play a Hogback, and then swing 5 and then 6 at my opponent. I really slow down my opponent's aggression. This is a very nice deck for doing that, I think. And I'm going to swing into the Kobe because, again, I really want to slow down my opponent. Interesting. How did that work? Oh, I see. It's the leader ability. All right, they KO my Hogback, unfortunately. And they're probably going to swing their Kobe into my Saul, which they're going to get. Yeah, I'm not going to defend. I could Gum Gum Giant it, but I don't want to. And I take this. Fortunately, no trigger there. I do just drop this to put a... I think I might want to play a Hogback, so I'm just going to put a Sindri into the top of my life, and then I can swing 5 at 4, and then 6 at life maybe, or 6 at Kobe, or 5 at 5. I'm expecting a block here, though. Interesting. I'll swing at life. I'm not going to counter any, or not do anything else. My opponent's going to have a lot of swings coming at me next turn. Hopefully, I'll either get a life here, or some counter, just to curve my opponent's hand. I can always Uso Hachi to try and go for game. I think I will, unfortunately, have to use Gum Gum Giant on a 2K if I really want to. But once my opponent swings into this Perona, I do get to prevent one of their 6 or lesses from attacking, which means I'll probably do it on the Nami. Or I could protect it. I don't think I do that, because I do want to take a hit here, so I'll prevent the Nami from attacking. Alright, they block her up. Seems like a pretty good game plan. Swing at life? Wow. I'm gonna take that. I'll use the trigger effect to play out a Hogback, I think. Would be nice to play Perona if it hits 7s, but I think Hogback is my best bet. And if they swing into the Hogback, I can just play out, like, Absalom. I'll take this one too. Use trigger to play Absalom. Maybe I try and go for game. I am a little screwed. If I don't, I could also just Gecko Moria again. I think that might be my best bet. Deploy. I'll throw a Syndry into life again, just so I can prevent my opponent from swinging once. And I'll try and clear board, I think. Yeah, and I want them to defend this as much as possible because I don't have any big swings to go into the Beckman. So I'll just swing like this. Yeah. Then I'll swing into Ben Beckman, and I'll probably get that, or a blocker. I'll take the blocker, yeah. And my opponent defends that blocker, and I just pass. I have a lot of counter in hand, so hopefully I'll be able to survive. We shall see. If I take a hit, I just Perona, prevent the Nami from swinging. Nami or Kobe. Alright, I'll take that, use trigger, play the Perona, prevent the Nami from swinging. Then if my opponent throws some really big swings at me, I can take one, counter out of the other. Alright, it looks like they're going to try and clear my Gecko Moria. I think I will try and defend this if I can, if it makes sense, at least. Alright, okay, really, they're probably going to pop my Gecko Moria, then, or just reduce it a lot. Let me see, they can go -3, then no, they can't pop it, but put it down to a very small body. Maybe not. Okay, my Hogback, which one was that? Oh, I'll grab a Syndry just because I might need a blocker to prolong the game a little bit. My opponent does just have 2 7s. So I can 2k, 1k with Syndry, or they're going to swing 7 into, or 9 into 7, and I 2k, 1k that. Or I'll Gum Giant this. Cycle my hand a bit, try and get some good stuff. They're going to, yeah, they're going to swing big with that. Yeah, I don't want this to go through, so I'm going to Gum Giant again. And I stay at 8, so I can still Usohachi. I'm going to get rid of a Kumasi. I can Gecko Moria again. That would be kind of toxic. My opponent doesn't have many cards in hand, so I think that might be the right move. Let me try and clear a Kobe. Hopefully get the chopper blocker here, and then I'll be able to really aggressively just clear my opponent's board. And I have a lot of counter in hand too, so I'll be able to go boom, put a Syndry into life, swing 10 at 8, either get 2 cards from hand, or clear my opponent's board. And my opponent has to be conscious of the fact that I have a Banish swing coming at their life, most likely. It's cost of 4 or more. Okay, noted. I thought it said 4 or less, so that's unfortunate. But hopefully here I get the either counter, which means they don't have another swing, with, or, okay, nice. Yeah. There's a chance I'm not able to survive here, but we'll see how my opponent plays it. I have 3 10Ks out on board, so I am very likely to be able to end game after this. Going to use the trigger to play another Perona over this Perona to prevent Nami from attacking. That way they only have 3 more swings, which means I most likely just counter out of everything else, which I have to counter here. 2 more swings, I have 9k counter, so if they swing an 8 or a 7 at me, I survive. Interesting. Ooh, okay, I am going to counter here. I think, because theoretically a 10k swing is going to be better than resting a blocker, I think. Nice I think I want to go for game here, so I'm going to start with a 5 at life. No, I'll go 5 at Kobe. I think that's probably wiser. Trying to clear board. I have a better board state than my opponent, so this guarantees that I get some value out of my cards. Then I can think about Kuma-ing. I'll swing a 10 at Beckman. And I can go 5 life. I'm gonna go 6 life just to clear a body. Guarantee I can clear a body. 6 life. Yeah, and then that at life. That at life. Drop a Kuma over a Hogback. Heal 1. Pass. I think there is definitely math here where my opponent just wins, but hopefully I'll see some good stuff out of life. Kind of banking on seeing a Gum Giant, although misplaying, it might have been a massive misplay there to not just swing at life. I think I guaranteed game if I swung at life, if I played it right. So unfortunately, I do think that was a huge misplay that might have cost me the game. Yeah, and I have to take this next hit. And it comes out rested, so yeah. Nothing here that does me any favors. Played over that. Good game. Anyways, other than that massive misplay at the end, I'd say the deck feels pretty good. I feel like Vivi is fairly relevant in the EBO3 meta. Robin being able to drop these 10Ks that also heal her and develop a body out on board at the same time feels amazing. I think it might be exactly what the deck needs. I'm gonna go do a deck reflection. All right, here's the corrected deck list one more time. I think that it feels really, really fun, really good. I don't know if it's going to be meta. Maybe if Emu and Ace get kind of shoved away from the meta a little bit, it'll be relevant, but definitely a fun deck to play. The Thriller Bark Pirates package really, really helps it out. I am really sorry that I tested out the wrong deck. It had the You're the One Who Should Disappear in it still, so sorry about that. But even with those weird changes, it still felt pretty good. I just want to highlight a few cards that I think might be really good in it still. I know Hogback is going to feel amazing because it can play these two cards. The Kikinojo is going to feel really good just because it's something that you can play off of Hogback if you are recurring them. Say you reduce the number of other cards in the deck. Maybe you take out the Absalom and put in the Kikinojos. Another thing you can do if you really want to reduce the number of Thriller Bark Pirates and shift it more towards the triggers is putting in the Hawkins. Let me find him real quick. The Hawkins on KO trashes a card from the top of your opponent's life cards, which can feel really good in certain matchups. And I know there is a certain leader coming out who is able to trash your opponent's cards from their life a lot, and that leader feels really good. So this might also be relevant if you are playing a more aggressive playstyle. Maybe you cut the Sauls out and put in the Hawkins. Anyways, I'm going to leave the deck here. I would encourage people to try it out and let me know what they think. Edit it, let me know what your lists are. I'm really, really excited for Nico Robin to possibly be relevant with the Thriller Bark package. Anyways, if you do like this video, please consider giving it a like. It really does help out. I am a small channel, so those kind of things really help me out and I really appreciate it. If you want to give me some feedback, let me know what kind of list you're running with it. Leave a comment down below. If you are looking to support the channel in the long term and help me get to a face reveal and start making content with my face in it, please consider subscribing. That's going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.